Hello, Empire. Garrett here with this week's edition of Regent's Corner. Today we're going to be finished part 4 of the leather project, or leather chest project. So at this point, dye is nice and dry. We have everything where we're going to keep it. So I think the only thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and assemble this. I may paint this a little bit here later, but you can paint. I don't think you need a whole video on that. And frankly, I'm really liking the antique look on that and the way that's really looking good here. So we're just going to keep it as is. So I went ahead and put some rivets in our hulls here. So we're going to go ahead and mount our hardware. So we're going to go ahead and we'll start right here. So with this, I have some really nice little textured rivet caps that will I think will go quite nice with it. Now we could also do a little thing. If it's too shiny, we could probably add a little bit of black to that afterwards and give it almost its own antique look to it. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use our dome round rivet setter, and we're gonna go ahead and set that. Put that out of the way. I think those are pretty well set. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. And we got this matching here. So we're gonna drop those on. And then the fun part is we're gonna get to stitch this all up. And we're gonna call it done. There we go. So that is looking quite proper. So that's gonna look really nice when we're all done. All right, so I went ahead and cut 4 pieces. So typically with this, you want to go the length, about 4 times the length of what you're using, which just happens to be what I already cut out. So with this one, we're gonna cut it. Now we're gonna go ahead and use a saddle stitch on this. Totally not necessary for this kind of job, but it's what I do all the time anyway, so, and it's good practice. So we're gonna go ahead and get the needles. These are number 2 Jameson needles. Anyways, I think they're number 2 James Madison needles or something like that. I don't know where my thing went to, but they're really good needles. I've discuss. You'll have to just. I've done the video on it before, earlier video about the needles. I do wish sometimes they come with shorter links, though. That would be nice, especially with this one we're about to do. So as you see there, I like to pierce through the side. I give myself about 1.5 inches. Take the needle in, go ahead and pierce the thread right through the center, run that up, and we're going to tie that in there, and that gives it a nice, good, strong position. Now for this, I'm going to roll that in and tuck it on the inside. there. And that's just going to give it a nice, even look when it's all said and done. And this can get a little tricky trying to hold the pieces in place, especially when you first start. Yeah. Now you could also just do a straight running stitch with this too, if you would be completely acceptable as well. Stitch is going to be hidden. It's not going to take a world of abuse. You don't really have to saddle stitch it. But, like I said, it does help. It's nice. It looks cool. And it is a really strong stitch. And once you get started, it's pretty easy. Come on. Of course, we're just gonna tighten that all up. And then once you do this one side, you're going to do the same to all 4 sides. Now, I usually work my way front to back, back to front. So I'm going to do this one, and then I'll do the back one. This is a lot easier to do this once you get... Come on. And we're just going to keep this all... Does get... These little ones do get tricky. But it's worth it. So if there's a video I haven't done yet that you'd like to see something on, let me know. I'm taking suggestions. I'm thinking about a finale here since my term of Regent's almost up. And then I'm going to be... I think I'm going to end that one on how to judge leather. And just kind of kick it off with a bang. End it with a bang, but who knows. I'm really seriously debating about doing a video series on archery, something I've been wanting to do for years, and I've been told I should do for years. And now that it's getting spring and summer, the weather's getting better, might be able to actually do something outside. We'll see. I might also save it for another time. And then we're just going to go ahead and backstitch this with just... Normally I'd go down a couple, but honestly with this being what it is, there's not a need to really go down too far deep with it. And we're going to go ahead and tie this off with a nice knot. And then we'll trim and burn it, melt the ends. And if I don't drop my needles. Yeah, these needles are super strong. You'll probably better chance of losing them than you will breaking them. So, I don't think we're going to really do all 4 of these in video in real time. Just, you get the gist. You can see exactly what we did. So we're going to take our scissors. Some people use a knife. Scissors are fine. I'm going to take my little lighter. We're just going to melt those ends. And then, as you see there, you get a nice, pretty there. Then we're going to do this back end. And then the back end. And then finally the front end. And then when it's all said and done, that will roll over. Just give you an idea of what this will look like on the final. And that's that. So I may go ahead and add a little black marker to that and then wipe it off, and that'll give it a little bit more aged look so it's not quite so shiny right there. Could also use a little bit of dab of paint as well as an additional way to give it a little more aged look. And you know, oh gosh. So, yeah, I think that we'll just go ahead and call that. So as you see, we're just going to sit there and we're just going to do the same thing on repeat. And you will have a nice own leather box, chest box. It's a very simple project, a lot of fun actually. So it might be a good way. It doesn't give you a lot of room to practice your carving skills, but it's a nice project you can easily make in a couple hours on a normal process time. And you can pretty much make them your own. And they're pretty useful. They're chests, so you can put all kinds of stuff in there. So with that, I think that'll end. We'll just go ahead and cut this at part 4. Don't think you guys want to sit here and watch me just put together the rest of this for another 30, 40 minutes. So I don't want to have to drag it out too much. Other than that, thanks for watching. And then until next time, stay crafty.